Everybody, welcome back to the channel. Guess what we just did? We unloaded the dishwasher. I know it's not very exciting, but I had told Dawn earlier today that I wanted to clean the dishwasher after we unloaded it, and he decided that that was a really good opportunity for a video because everybody doesn't know that you should clean your dishwasher. I know it seems like, oh, well, it's clean because it's a cleaning machine, and no, you need to clean it. One of the problems that I see is when we see these ads on TV for usually for product like dishwasher pods or whatever, they show people putting dishes in the dishwasher that are just coated with food and crusty, and there's hunks of food hanging off them. And they're like, just put it in there, it's fine, it'll clean it, it'll take it off. And yeah, most of those products will get all that off of there and make your dishes clean, and that's great. But they don't care what happens after that. They're just worried about you buying more of their product. What happened to all that stuff? Some of it dissolved and went away in the water and down the drain. It didn't all of it didn't all go away. So there are things in here in the dishwasher that help keep all that gunk from going into your pipes and, you know, causing you to have to call the plumber and everything. So there gets to be buildup. So in your dishwasher are some filters, and everybody's, you know, got a different brand or a different model or whatever. We just happen to have a Frigidaire Gallery. It's 5 years old. We've had it 5 years, and it was new when we bought it. But this is how they're mostly set up. If it's, you know, a little bit older, it may not be set up quite this way, and, you know, the filters are in different places. But there are filters in here that need cleaning. So if you get in here, and let's take this out so we can see, that just should come right out. Down in the bottom is, you know, the mechanism that sort of, you know, moves the water around, causes it to spray and stuff. And underneath it, where everything goes, is a filter. And there's a filter in a filter. So let me just unscrew this. So if you saw, there's a little arrow here, and it lines up with this arrow. So this is a filter, and I don't know if you can see that, but it's kind of got some crud and stuff. And I can definitely take this out and actually wash it. You know, I've got a brush, and I can, you know, just kind of lightly, it's just a, you know, a real fine mesh screen, and I can just get in there and really clean it. It's not horrible, but I do this on a fairly regular basis, probably every 2 months or so, maybe around Thanksgiving a little bit more, because there's a lot more food, you know, coming and going, and dishes coming and going. There's also, you know, just a little bit of buildup around the edge here. And I can still, again, take this out and just, you know, go ahead and give it a wash. But I really just want to make sure that the whole dishwasher is clean. So I'm going to lock that back in place and do that right there. And I've got, you know, I've got my trays and everything in here that I just want to make sure that I don't have anything in there. You can use this product, and I use a Fresh, and this is not a commercial for them. I just happen to like this stuff. But you can use this with dishes in there, but I prefer not to. I just want to, you know, I just want to see just everything clean without any other dishes in the way or whatever. So this, and we always turn this around this way. It was there. And then something else I do, just to kind of cheat a little, is we also do a lot of hand washing. I have a lot of pots and pans that I really like to hand wash. This is a cup that we use to fill up other vessels of water from the dispenser, the water dispenser in the what's that, a refrigerator. So I'm actually going to throw this in there down here where it can fit, and I'm going to take my dish drainer Make sure there's nothing in there. And I'm gonna do this. And I happen to know that this, I can't get it apart. There we go. But it gets kind of grody too, because we have hard water. Not super hard water, but hard enough to where we get some buildup and stuff. And so I'm going to go ahead and just put this in my dishwasher. While I'm cleaning my dishwasher, I'm going to be cleaning this too. So let's see if I can get it in there. I'm usually standing over there, so I can't like load the dishwasher, obviously, from this side. So I'm just going to get that all lined up there and stick that in there. Okay. And you know, now's also a good time if you use like sponges, scrubbers, you know, they can go in there too. The water gets hot enough to clean them. Dish rags, oftentimes I put those in the washing machine, and that's fine. But anyway, so that goes in there. And this is, so these are like little cakey things. They're individually wrapped. And if you had a really messy looking situation going on in here, you could use more than one tablet. But since I'm looking pretty good, I'm just going to use one. Get any extra little bits that came out of it. And I'm just going to put it in here. It'll shut. There it goes. All right. Just where I put the pod, normally put the pod. And then I'm just going to hit heavy and start. It's going to give me 199 minutes of washing. So there it goes. And you know, it just helps. You'll see the difference after you use something like this. You won't realize it. You think, oh, that looks pretty good. Yeah, you'll see the difference. We love this dishwasher. Like I say, it's about 5 years old. We put it in when we redid a little bit of the kitchen. But it's got an indicator light down at the bottom, so you can see it kind of glowing blue. So that means that it's on. Because like right now you can't hear it doing anything. So you're like, is it going? Is it going? But it's going. And then once it's done, it goes green and lets you know that it's done. So there's a green light down there, and everybody thinks that's kind of cool because it's like, oh, there's a light under there. Anyway, we'll throw a picture up there of the green light. So anyway, but also thinking about doing dishes and stuff. When we redid our kitchen, we got this beautiful big sink, and I love it. And it's stainless steel, and it comes with all these gadgets. It's got a rack for in the bottom. It's got a drainer. It's even got a cutting board and some other things, a vegetable tray and stuff like that. But what I love about it is how big it is, and what I hate about it is how big it is. If you go to fill this up with water, and again, we do a lot of dishes, hand washing of dishes. Don't look too close because it needs cleaning. But if you try to fill this up with water, it's a lot of water. And then you really don't, because this isn't divided, you don't really have a great way of, I always like to wash and then rinse and not have to do it, you know, all at the same time or whatever. Anyway, we kind of figured out that if we just had like a smaller vessel down inside of here, we can keep our soapy water going here, and then we can do our rinsing, you know, away from that. And then we're not having to fill up the whole sink because it would just be so much water. It seems wasteful to me. So anyway, that's just a little tidbit in case you have a beautiful big farmhouse sink, but you're just like, wow. And it takes forever to fill up too because it's just so big. Anyway, that's kind of the story about dishwashing in this house. So we're going to let that run. We're not going to worry about it. It's doing its thing, and it'll come out clean. And if there is still some buildup in those filters, I know I'm just going to take them out, and I'm actually going to wash them like I'm washing dishes, and that's all I have to do. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next video.